At WWE Money in the Bank, we had a major botch in the World Heavyweight title match, and we review AEW Collision.
And on Money in the Bank, the women stole the show. We'll talk more about that coming up.
And guys, come on, we can't forget about NXT Heatwave, which happened the day after Money in the Bank. All that and more in this week's episode of Grapple-Sauce. Hit it, Dave.
Hey, everyone out there, welcome to the show.
Hey, this guy's Chad.
And Chandler's back as well. How we doing, Dave?
We're doing pretty fabulous. A lot going on in the wrestling world right now. Pretty cool pay-per-view. 2 premium live events.
Yeah, he's using the lingo.
PLE.
PLE. No, I'm with every wrestler in the world. I hate it. Go back to pay-per-views. I know they're not pay-per-views. Call them pay-per-views, god damn it.
Right?
Yeah, we had Money in the Bank, we had NXT Heatwave, and a AEW Collision. That happened. It wasn't, a landmark episode, but it had 2 good book endings, I guess I'll say.
Yeah,
The beginning segment.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the beginning and the end were pretty darn good. There was some okay stuff in the middle. Something I really didn't like, but we'll get to that.
Ooh, I'm curious as to what you really didn't like, but we'll see that. We'll see that in the show. But first off, let's talk about some WWE, baby. Let's go. You want to start off with Money in the Bank? Now, what Money in the Bank stuff have we seen? Because I was only able to watch the men's ladder match, and then I had to go to work.
Man, who scheduled that?
I know, right? They should just give me every single PLE and AEW pay-per-view off so I can watch them live.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing because I scheduled myself off.
How was it? Was it pretty good?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I only got to watch one match. I text Chad in the middle of it while I was watching Collision, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm having a drink, watching Money in the Bank." I was like, I think I'll switch over to Peacock.
Wow.
In the middle of Collision, mind you. And I caught the Damian Priest, Seth Rollins World Heavyweight title match. And boy, oh boy, that botch made me cringe.
Yeah, it's hard to watch. I don't really know what the explanation is of it, but I think it's just Priest was supposed to kick out and he didn't.
Oh, see, I thought the music was supposed to hit it too. That's why,
maybe,
or maybe a combination of both.
Yeah, I don't. Well, then it's like, what is the ref supposed to stop just because the music's playing?
Right.
I get it that he probably would,
yeah.
But still, I don't think that's a good excuse. But I don't know. The men's ladder match was pretty good. I think the most surprising thing out of it was there was no outside interference. Like Punk wasn't in it, but that's because he was there later in the night. Logan Paul wasn't there. The Wyatt Six wasn't there. Like I kind of expected like all of them to be out there and have it be this crazy like run-in filled fest, but no one came out and McIntyre won clean, which I think that was the right call. And a lot of people kind of hate that McIntyre won it and failed to cash in on the same night. But it's kind of genius because they're probably going to have Cody and Gunther hold their titles for a while, right? And so you wouldn't want either A, failed cash in down the line, or B, them cashing in on a secondary title because that happened once and it sucked. So why not further this story and add more fuel to the fire of Drew and CM Punk?
Yeah, I love it. It was unexpected. Like whoever cashed, it happened once before cashing in on the same night.
It's happened a couple times.
Yeah,
Kane
Women
did
it once. Yeah,
Dean Ambrose did it. And that was the night all 3 members of the Shield held the WWE title. That was pretty cool. And they had a bad habit of having all the women do it for a couple years. So I think it was like Bayley, Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan. I think that's it. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
episode
I mean, you
5.
still have the women holding it, so you still have that suspense, but it's kind of like, oh, now I don't got to worry about it for a year. Cool.
Mhm. Good and bad. I always liked Money in the Bank reign, but with Gunther probably taking the title at SummerSlam and Cody holding on to that title, like I don't want either of them to lose
Yeah,
it
it'd be
anytime
another
soon.
Austin Theory situation. I'm
Yeah,
good. I don't want none of that.
where it's like even though people wanted Reigns' end to run or Roman Reigns' reign, for lack of a better word, to end, not by Austin Theory, that chump. So
I did read that there were no injuries at all at the
that's good.
pay-per-view. Yeah,
Surprising. Some of those,
Shocking after the women's. Oh,
yeah, I've seen some of those bumps, especially that Chelsea Green one. I think there's a bit where like Zoe Stark is tied up in a ladder and Io Sky just like kicks her in the head into the ladder. Like, what is this, AEW?
oh, that wasn't even the worst one. The Io Sky did a jumping tombstone pile driver onto a bridged ladder to Zoe Stark. It was
What is this,
yeah,
AEW? I
I'm
say
like,
again.
I'm pretty sure she's dead.
I think when Raw goes to Netflix, it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do some crazy stuff.
yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just caught the one match. Who did Cody wrestle?
It was Cody, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton versus Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Solo Sikoa. And Solo Sikoa pinned him, which is
Yeah.
totally what everyone thought was going to happen. So it set up the SummerSlam match of Cody versus Solo, which is like, eh, I hope it's
Yeah.
not the main event, as bad as that sounds, because I don't see Solo as a main event guy. And I kind of just hope this is where Roman, maybe it is the main event, right? Because Cody
And Roman
beats him.
comes back.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Oh,
Never
I know
mind.
when the copyright logo came up, I was expecting like the Romans music to hit it, or even like the old Shield music to hit, because I was like, oh, here it comes. Oh, they just ended it.
Yeah, I don't know. This might be controversial. I like Roman Reigns' tribal chief theme a whole lot. I don't want him to ever not use it.
Yeah.
I don't like the
Sure,
Shield
yeah.
theme. Unless the
I,
Shield is coming out, like all 3 of them, I don't want to hear it again.
I loved it at WrestleMania with the live orchestra. That was
Mhm.
unreal. That was
Yeah.
unreal.
I thought you were talking about the Shield theme for a second. I was like, yeah, it worked. It worked for Rollins. And again, we all thought, is John Moxley here? No way. No way.
Oh man, I did like how they mentioned when they were talking about Kane and Dean Ambrose, all the people who cashed in on the same night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a chuckle that they actually mentioned Dean Ambrose. That was
There's
cool.
not, I'm sure there is some animosity, but it's not like Punk walking out. Like Ambrose left when his contract was over.
Yeah. They even
And
gave him best wishes. Like they almost never do that.
so I like what Moxley has said bad about WWE was fair, right? He's like, oh, I couldn't really like do anything creatively, like, and there's time and time, there's evidence of that we've seen it. So,
And
yeah,
they tried to make him like talk about uh Roman Reigns as cancer, right? In a promo.
I think, oh god, I can't remember like the exact line, but it was like, Roman Reigns got sick because like the fans or something like that, and it's like, oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. Oh, that was when he was doing the gas mask stuff.
Yeah, because the
Ugh,
fans
that
are
was so
stinky.
cringy.
Ugh,
That
they're
was
smelly. I love.
very cringy.
There was a bit where it was the one it was the one promo that like really killed like Dean Ambrose's interest in WWE, and it was something like he was getting like tested by a doctor or something, and like they shoved a needle up his butt, right?
Yeah.
And apparently people hated it so much that they went to Milwaukee's Wikipedia page, which is where that Raw took place. And they said it's like Milwaukee is da 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 da, and it's the place where wrestling died. I don't know if it's still up there, but I just find that factoid really funny that people
That's
hated
great.
it so much they went to Milwaukee's WW or Wikipedia page. So I think like just something like that, you could tell why Dean Ambrose didn't really want to hang out in WWE anymore. But he's like he calls himself at least the ace of AEW, so you might want to stick there for a bit.
Yeah, he definitely would have never won the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship if he stayed there.
That's true. He could have
Or
won the Universal title.
oh, are WWE guys allowed in Bloodsport?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler went there, and the Creed brothers are going there.
Okay, all right, cool.
Speaking
know.
of, not really speaking of, but did you guys hear that WWE is going to add 2 new titles
Ooh.
Women's U.S. title.
and a women's intercontinental title? I kind of wish they like came up with new names, like new. I don't know, like what you do. Don't do like they'll bring back the Divas title. The only way I would want the Divas title brought back is because Chelsea Green wanted to do it, and that would have been funny for her character. And then whoever beats her brings back the women's title. That's what I would want. But I don't know what name I would do. I like what AEW does, where they have the women's world title and then the TBS title. I think that's pretty neat. But I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't do what they did.
The Netflix title.
Maybe like the Netflix title and I was about to say the USA title because SmackDown's going to be on USA, but that's basically the US title. So whatever, man, whatever. Call it the
They should just
CW title.
change the U.S. title to the USA title.
Ooh, maybe. And then so anything else about Money in the Bank, boys?
You liked it, Chad? Good
I
show.
I had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was great. The triple tag, like Jacob Fatu is truly a scary guy. He was him no selling the Randy Orton's bit was probably my moment of the night. It was fantastic.
Yeah. How long until Jacob Fatu overshadows Solo? Because Jacob
Wow,
Fatu is
already
like,
did.
I mean, yeah, but like, how long before they acknowledge it in story?
Oh, in the bloodline?
Yeah. Who knows?
Hard to say. But yeah, it was great. Like a lot of
Yeah.
good character stuff. The botch was standing. The rest of that match was pretty good too. Yeah, the women's ladder match, honestly, like would have felt at home in the AEW. They just went all out. It was crazy. Well, yeah, Chelsea Green. It was funny. The next day she tweeted she can't walk as a in character as a joke because going through those tables looked like it sucked.
They should on SmackDown have Piper Niven carry her around everywhere. Like, I'm too injured. I can't do it. I can't do it.
That'd be great. Yeah, all in all, I had a really good time. First pay per view I've watched since WrestleMania, so pretty good.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Heatwave now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I really wanted to watch the whole show because I kept on seeing clips of it, and I was like, wow, this looks like a great show. I should watch it. So I only managed to catch Oba Femi versus Wesley. But holy crap, guys, I'm an Oba feminist. I love that guy so much. He is the next big thing, not just because he's a big boy and he can do big boy moves great. He sells like no other. Like Wesley was hitting him with some moves, and it looked like he was dying. It was great. I love him so much. I can't wait to see what they do with him like going forward. I think you guys have seen the clip where he hit like an F20 on Wesley. What was that?
That kind of looked like fun though. Like if I was that little, I'd be like, do the thing. That looks fun. Do it to
Yeah.
me.
And then what did I can't remember exactly how it ended. I think he just like it was a great sit out power bomb that ended the match. Oh, it was so great. And then there's a bit where like Wesley was on the apron and he was gonna run up and like kick Oba Femi, and Oba just chopped him down. So I was like, I need Oba Femi versus Gunther. I know I keep talking about Takeshita Gunther is my dream match, but Oba Femi versus Gunther is dream match number 2, and that one might happen someday. So,
Fingers
oh,
crossed.
and then I kept on seeing clips. I keep on hearing about I think it was Kalani Jordan versus Sol Ruka. people were calling that like the new Will Ospreay versus Ricochet because it was more like a exhibition. Like, look at what these people can do. It's crazy. And then I saw a bit from the Chase U versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier match. Ooh, it's like a bit where someone hits a splash and then they're gonna go like get the pin. I think it's Nathan Frazier on Duke Hudson. I don't really know the characters that well. And then Andre Chase gets up, uses the pin as like a launch pad, and does a Canadian destroyer on this other guy. I think it was on Axiom. It was crazy.
Hell yeah.
Love
And
it.
then I quite liked the ending to the main event. I thought it was pretty nifty. Apparently they've done it before, but I don't care. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I was happy for Ethan Page too. It's a silly way to win, but I'm kind of a fan of the guy, so I was like, hell yeah, he's doing good things already.
Yeah.
In an interview, he called AEW an unorganized mess. So yeah, he's living the good life now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Oba Femi, are we gonna get a Oba Feminist versus registered Lex offender match?
Alba Femi would crush him. That'd be 20 seconds. But yes. Oh god, that's like the new Daniel Garcia versus Swerve or Swerve versus Takeshita, where it's like, am I a registered Lex offender or an Oba feminist? The answer is Oba feminist, but still.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. I'll I'll try to check out some of Heatwave. I heard it was damn good. So
I
yeah,
heard it was better than Money in the Bank. That's what a lot of people were saying.
Cool.
I've heard that
Oh,
too.
great. I'll have to go watch it.
Yep. I wonder how long it was. How
Like
long are those
2.5
pay-per-views?
hours.
Yeah, they're usually pretty quick.
Ooh,
And I
ooh.
don't think there are any ads. I was I only watched a little bit of it, but you know how in Peacock it's like a chunk and then a yellow block. That's the ad. Chunk, yellow block. It was one clear bar.
Cool.
Crazy.
Dude, it was weird watching Money in the Bank the brief time that I did and showing like little commercials. Like it was weird. Like,
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite thing about the Triple H era, if we want to call it that. I don't like all the like crazy amount of advertisements, and I'm sure it's
Well,
great for them
to
because
be
they get
fair, Dude Wipes was hilarious.
that's the only time it was funny. And then I was watching the men's ladder match with my friend, and there was a little boys logo, like the boys in the top left corner. I was like, is that gonna be there the whole match? And then it would like go away, and then it would come back, and then it would go away. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't like how it's just advertisements. I get it. That's how most other sports are. But I also really don't like there being a logo in the middle of the ring. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't
Vince
like that.
McMahon was right about one thing, and that was it.
Mhm. It was that.
uh, Pitch Black Mountain Dew zombie match. Was that a thing, right? Uh,
Yeah, that was Bray Wyatt's last match.
Yeah.
oh my God. Yeah, yeah. I'll have to check out Heatwave. Like I've said before, I was kind of getting into NXT. I failed at watching it last week, but I'll get back into it.
Mm,
We want to talk about AEW?
I
Yeah.
guess. Suppose so. I'm
It was
kidding. I'm
no
kidding.
dynamite. It was no
Uh
dynamite.
I liked it, but I'll be honest, I had to take a big break because I got really bored like halfway
Dude,
through.
that's so funny. I had to watch it in 3 chunks.
Wow, 3 chunks.
Well, I guess the
Crazy.
first reason was because I flipped over to Money in the Bank, but
Yeah,
then the second time through, I was like, I don't know, I got like 40 minutes in. I was like, I got the Riho and Lady Frost. I was like, I could watch the rest of this tomorrow.
that's actually the exact spot I took a break in too. Because I was like, I know I have a new episode of The Boys to watch, so I'm gonna go
Me
watch
too.
that and then go back. So that's crazy that we both took a break in the same spot. And I don't really know. I'm not gonna blame it on them. I think that crowd died. I don't know why that crowd died, but they weren't cheering anything. And it's always just so uncomfortable when that happens. Like,
Yeah.
it makes the match like awful, and it's not really their fault. And maybe it is because you could say, oh, it's their job to get the crowd involved, but it was just not fun.
Yeah,
That's
not
fair.
not a hot crowd over there in South Haven, Mississippi. But yeah, we start out with a little recap of MJF turning on Danny Garcia. Then we get a in-ring promo from MJF explaining why he did what he did to Danny. He says everyone in the crowd is inbred, and says Daniel Garcia is nothing more than a pawn. Was never gonna he was never gonna give Garcia a match at All In, and he calls Garcia a Make-A-Wish kid at best. Ooh. He plays a clip of his promo talking about having ADD and not being able to handle rejection and being bullied about his religion. And he had to stab everyone in the back before someone did it to him. He says he changed for us, the fans, and we repaid him by chanting "Thank you, Joe" after World's End. We discarded him for Swerve, Okada, and that talentless hack Will Osprey. He's going to take away everything we love in AEW, and he says Osprey is a child and he doesn't care about making money. He only cares about putting on good matches for a guy named Meltzer. He calls out Will Osprey and says he calls himself the Billy Goat, says, "Come on out here so I can sacrifice you like one." And then Osprey's music hits, but it's a fake out. No Osprey in the building. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of predictable. I don't think he needed to play that clip of the old promo. I don't think
Yeah,
that
that
was
felt like it made a
necessary.
drag to me.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a long clip. I think it's. I disagree a little bit. I like that he played it because I never saw that promo, but he didn't need to play like a 3 minute clip. It should have
Right?
been like 30 seconds of like, oh, I really need you guys to be with me. I can't deal with rejection. And then he goes, you rejected me. And then I liked how he brought up because I remember watching that Dynamite and everyone saying thank you, Joe. And like it was like, oh yeah, go Joe. We're so happy for him. So it like makes perfect sense that MJF would take such a big heel turn and respond in this way. And I like how he's like, I'm tearing down what you love and making this company right by having me on top. It's a really nice delusional heel promo. I had one little nitpick. He said that Daniel Garcia was not facing the greatest wrestler at All In. I was like, well, he's not facing Cody Rhodes at All In. We know that.
Ooh.
And then I also loved MJF's selling of Osprey's music. Like he had it playing, but he's still like he did that. It was like Shawn Michaels did it like in Montreal with Bret Hart's music, but that's when Bret Hart was like excommunicated from the company and was like hated them and wouldn't speak to them. So then it was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
it meant a lot more rather than a guy who's actively on the roster. But I thought it was a pretty good promo. I really liked how it set a good direction for MJF's character, and I hope they don't forget about it in a week because that's what happened last time.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
think they will, but
and I appreciate they let off a collision with that. It was a very major story beat. And until recently, like it would have been match, 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 done. So very appreciative of them. And it also like gave that whole thing a sense of urgency, like rolling straight from Wednesday into Saturday, and the MJF's like top of the show. I thought it was a very good call and very effective.
Yeah. I like how he not only turned heel against Danny Garcia, but he turned heel against us at
Yeah.
the same time. Yeah, I appreciate it. Maybe if he cut that clip of the promo out of there, but it all makes sense. I mean, yeah, good stuff. I'm ready for the evil, maniacal MJF to be back. And you notice he didn't wear the Triple
Yeah.
H thing. He's back to the suit. Oh,
It was
I
very
wanted him to
nice.
keep. Yeah, I wanted him to keep that look though, the Stone Cold esque. badass, but I guess that's gone. Cool. Yeah. After that, we get Lexi Nair with the conglomeration. O'Reilly says he's a little bit bummed out, but Mark Briscoe says he's not. The word of the day is epiphany. He had an epiphany that failure is just a figment of our imagination. Uh, it's not it's not a stepping stone, but uh, hold on. It's nothing but a stepping stone to the throne. It's a necessary pit stop to the top. And tonight we uh in the shadows of we're in the shadows of the most historical city in pro wrestling, Memphis, Tennessee. The conglomeration is about to put a historical ass whooping on the Iron Savages. So let's put our proverbial head, pull our proverbial head out of our proverbial asses, and let's go, boys. Let's go do the thing. He does his in the camera.
Yeah.
O'Reilly says he finally knows how to, or he really knows how to pull a guy out of a dark place, huh? Yeah. Then we get OC says, I don't care.
He's so heel. What a heel. This is just
Yep,
like
yep.
Swerve in Our Glory, where Keith Lee didn't know Swerve was a heel. They don't know he's a heel.
Oh man. Then we get the conglomeration versus the Iron Savages. Roderick Strong's on commentary. Mark Briscoe ends up drinking the Savage sauce and fires up. And then O'Reilly drinks a little bit of it and gets fired up. Orange Cassidy won't do it. Um, Roderick Strong's worried about O'Reilly because he's a type 1 diabetic and it has too much sugar in it. Uh, O'Reilly gets isolated until he gets a hot tag to Mark Briscoe. Briscoe uses redneck kung fu to take out the Iron Savages. Orange Cassidy tags in and takes out all three of the Iron Savages. Um, let's see. Uh, Bronson, uh, can't remember his full name, Bronson something, counters an orange punch into a bear hug. Orange Cassidy ends up hitting him with an orange punch anyway for the win. Yeah, fun match. I like Titty City. That's fun. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I miss Bear Country, Chad.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Bear Country.
Yeah, that's what they were before the really jacked smaller guy,
Yeah.
Chandler.
I think
Uh,
I think his name was Bulk Bronson. Now that I'm thinking about it, that guy you couldn't remember.
yeah.
It was Bulk
Yep.
Bronson. But I thought this was a fun match. I like the conglomeration together. I think they're a pretty good trio. Um, it wasn't that much to the match. I think my favorite spot, there's a bit where like I can't remember exactly what he did. I think he did a stun dog millionaire to one of the big guys, and then he held him so that Mark Briscoe could run off of him and jump over the rope and then land on someone outside. I thought that was a pretty fun spot. Other than that, it was just kind of a popcorn match, as Chad likes to call.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I at some point I imagine the conglomeration promo before the match will get old. This was not it for me. I still love it. That those guys just they make me giggle. They're amazing. And yeah, I like the I love the bit where he took a swig of the sauce and then looked like he was gonna give him another one. The dude was like,
Yeah, that one was fun too.
Who's turning on Briscoe first, O'Reilly or Orange Cassidy?
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, I see. I seriously think O'Reilly will follow Briscoe to the ends of the earth at this point.
I think maybe we see that in the Blood and Guts match because I'm thinking it's going to be the conglomeration and the acclaimed against the elite. And so maybe OC just kind of gets fed up. He's like, "Oh, I didn't want to do this," and he just walks out. Like maybe he doesn't beat him up, but he's like, "I didn't want to be a part of this," and he just leaves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's very in character. I like it.
Yeah. After that, we get a Jack Perry promo. Um,
Oh,
man, what?
I thought
Oh,
this looked so dumb. I liked the
I
idea of it.
I
This
loved
is like
it.
it's like, oh, the reflection of Jack Perry in the title. A, I still don't give a shit about Jack Perry. And B, like it gave him like 4 eyes. I thought it looked so goofy. Like I get what they're going for, and I want to applaud them for trying something different, but it looks so silly to me.
I loved it.
That's okay.
I thought it was pretty creative. Jack Perry says he was the first ever challenger to the first ever TNT champion, Cody Rhodes. Uh, but he wasn't ready then, and he wants to give someone else an opportunity to sacrifice like he did and take the title away from him, because if they don't, he will sacrifice them. Uh, yeah, man, I thought it was pretty neat, the reflection. I've never seen that before. There's really not a
Yeah.
title out there with such a like flat reflective surface like
Mhm.
anywhere. So, yeah, I don't know. I
I
thought it was creative.
Yeah.
I applaud what they were going for, but maybe it's just because it's Jack Perry and I still don't like him and I still can't take him seriously. Maybe if it was like anyone else, like Eddie Kingston cut a promo like that. Ooh, that would have been good because you get to see like what Eddie Kingston's earned, and Eddie Kingston's just a better promo.
Yeah.
But like,
And Eddie Kingston with 4 eyes would probably look pretty cool.
oh, I'd be terrified of Eddie Kingston of 4 eyes. But again, it's Jack Perry. You know, he's
Yeah,
only this famous because CM Punk choked him out.
Yeah.
So.
true.
Hey, Jack Perry looked huge against his opponent coming up too.
He did. I wrote down this small child is getting murdered with that match. It was
In
uncomfortable some spots.
in the early days, they had that small child go against Lance Archer. It was awesome. He got thrown quite clear into like the third or fifth row, like overhead press just launched. It was amazing.
I can't believe it. Why are they bullying that poor boy? He's just a boy.
But yeah, we'll get to that the opponent here in a little bit. Uh after that we get a little recap of the Ospreay Swerve match with Swerve winning that. Then we get a Hangman Adam Page promo. He's asked why his suspension was lifted. He says, convenience. They didn't care where I was or what was happening to my family. And he says, the moment they thought they could use me, they brought me back. But that's not why uh, he's there. He said uh, he knows why he's here. Uh, says, I'm going to burn through the rest of the tournament and go to Wembley and right a wrong that should have been righted a long time ago. And I swear to God, if that is with my last breath on this earth, I will right that wrong and burn his world to the ground. Hangman is angry and focused. Whew, I liked his yelling and his
Mhm.
piercing eyes. Good lord.
Yeah.
Lexi Nair mentions that he will face a man that he has never beaten before, and he storms off. Talking about
I
Jay White.
I was looking on. Oh yeah, because he was like, I'm done with this. I was looking on Twitter, and people are saying that Hangman finally feels like the main character of AEW again. Do you agree?
Yep.
Agree?
Yes. Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I quite loved this promo, but there was a better promo because you remember how in the C2 they would do like after match promos with every single guy. They did that with Adam Page, where he's like covered in blood and he's like screaming at the camera. It's fantastic. Where he's like, he was in my home. He threatened my family. We had to leave our house, and you still chose him. I've been here for 5 years, given everything I have, and you still choose him. I love that he's not calling Swerve out by name because
Yeah.
everybody knows who he's talking about. Like this is the best thing going on in wrestling right now.
Yeah, no, it's
I
fantastic writing. And I love the fact like the lazy way would have been have him come back, be the hand rubbing evil heel who immediately the elite because they're the ones that brought him back. But no, he don't give a shit. He's like, I don't care. I don't want nothing to do with them. They brought me back, but I'm here for one thing. and
Yeah.
one thing and only is perfect.
That's what makes it so interesting right now is that he didn't just because that's what I think everyone thought was, oh, Hangman's going to be the fifth member of Blood and Guts, but he was like, nah, fuck you guys. You guys like kind of ignored me when I might have needed you, and you guys just let me to be on my own. So I thought it was an excellent promo, and I'm very excited for Dynamite, not just for how many ways he's going to kill Bryan Danielson, but how Swerve is going to respond to all of this. Oh, he's going to kill Bryan. He's going to hit him with a Tiger Driver. Could you
Oh Lord,
imagine?
good Lord, man.
I
Yeah,
like. I hated the Tiger Driver spot in the Osprey match, and I'll hate it too if they do it again. But it would be really funny. It would
Yeah.
be really, really funny.
Okay, I'm gonna fantasy book a spot that quite possibly is impossible, but a buckshot house call.
ooh,
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 Pretty sure that would kill a human.
yeah.
damn. Oh my God. But yeah, Hangman is back, and he has already stepped into the main event title scene. Like, we know what he's going for. We know his motivation. We know who he's going for. Man, oh man, the intensity, the rage, and the focus. Good Lord. Like, yeah, I'm all in. The theme music, I love. Yeah, he's the main character again. He is AEW's protagonist for sure. Man, oh man.
Yeah, I don't know if
Um,
protagonist quite works for that anymore. I feel like he's more like the Anton Chigurh if you've watched No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can definitely see that with him.
yeah, he's something special. Woo. Let's see. Um, After that, we get Tony Storm versus Trisha Dora.
It's Storm.
Yeah, dude, I love that.
Mhm.
Uh, Introducing her like Sting. Uh, Trish Adora drops Storm with a shoulder tackle takedown. Trish Adora put Storm in a really cool submission where she was kind of off the mat holding her up. Tony grabs the mic and asks for a standing ovation during the middle of the match. Trish Adora hits Tony Storm with a swinging backbreaker,
What
but
a heel.
her head hit more than her back on that one. Trish gives Tony Storm a low angle German suplex from her knees. I like it when she does that. Tony hits a hip attack, covers for two. Then Tony Storm hit a Storm Zero out of nowhere for the win. Luther goes to hug Tony Storm, but Mariah May swoops in. Luther looks annoyed. Yeah, pretty predictable match. Never thought Trish Adora was gonna win, but yeah, it's really a low stakes match for sure. I don't even think the belt wasn't even on the line. So yeah,
It wasn't
it
even
was
like
fun.
an eliminator match, which I
Yeah.
know I hate those, but still, at least that gives it a reason to exist. I mean, not like I didn't. I liked this match. It was fun. I'm glad I saw it. Um, it's probably like looking at my notes. It's always crazy how Tony Storm has like half my page, just because I always write down all the little silly stuff. Because there's all the Nigel stuff. There's all the Mariah May stuff. But I quite liked this match, especially the standing ovation bit. I laughed pretty hard at that. That was funny. There was a bit where Trisha Dora dodged Tony's wind-up punch and then hit a perfect plex. Like that's 30 seconds after Tony Storm hit a really good perfect plex. So I thought that was a really nice little transition. And then I really like how she's hitting her Storm Zeros like out of nowhere now. I think that's really cool. And then afterwards, I know there was a bit where like right after she won, Tony Storm got up and then did the comical like and then fainted. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
And then just to jump ahead, I'm pretty sure Mariah May was doing a promo or a backstage vignette about the Owen Hart tournament. And I like how she was like, Tony, this one's for you. And it's like Tony Storm was dead. The way Mariah May was saying it. I just thought it was funny. So I'm excited for Mariah May winning this Owen Hart tournament. That's my prediction. But
Sure, that's
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
spoiler.
I think I even if like Willow wins, I think I'd still be satisfied because it's Willow, right? And I think her winning the title is not a bad idea, except that this is what the whole story's been building to.
Yeah.
But I'm not like most of the time when there's a predictable winner and they don't do it, I'm kind of pissy. But I think I'd be fine with Willow because
Yeah.
it's Willow.
No, I think yeah, and I think Mariah May beating Willow is going to be a fantastic match, and B, that's going to put Mariah May over so much. Like we all know she's fantastic, but I don't think she's had that marquee seminal match yet, where you're just like, holy crap! And I think she can have that with Willow. Like Willow can toss her around, and she can eke out the win and look like $1,000,000 for it. I think it'll be great.
It's kind of like with Daniel Garcia, where they just have him and Mariah May just wrestle squash matches or against like no names, and it's like have them beat established people so they
Yeah.
rise up the card a little bit and they look pretty cool.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But yeah, after that we get a Willow Nightingale and Mariah May video package. Willow says Mariah May is in the same spot that she was a year ago. Mariah May says Willow may be the babe with the power bomb, but she's the chick with the champ, and she wants to win the Owen in her own country in front of her whole family. And she says, Tony, this one's for you. Uh, let's see. After that, we get a real quick -1 video package for the Brody Lee Reebok shoe. Um, yeah, thing looks pretty cool. I thought about getting it, but didn't. I don't know. I wouldn't want to wear it. I'd just keep it as like a wrestling memorabilia item. But yeah, pretty
But you
cool. Good to
definitely wear the Reeboks Adidas, right? Where you can pump them up.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
definitely wear those. I'd wear those to work.
The
I'd wear those to my wedding.
Right
uh
before you went in to kiss the bride, just like 1 second.
Once that got pump up. Okay, there we go. I will say I do love how like I know it's just product placement, but it's their own product placement. How every time the Bucks come out, I think Excalibur shills the shoes. I love that because it's like, oh, it makes sense because they're probably making him shill it, but it's funny because they're
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate to bring it up, but I think it's so funny.
No, it's a funny dynamic because, like, you can picture what's going on behind the stage, and like, you get your own weird little head cannon, which I think kind of attaches you to a little more.
Oh yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, after that Brody Lee Reebok ad, we get a Christian Cage promo. He says Jay White made things personal, and Christian promised his family the gift of the trios titles. He had to Google who the trios champions were because he didn't know, and that's the type of run that the Bang Bang Gang has been on. Ooh. He says Jay White entered into the Owen Hart Cup tournament to have an exit strategy, and he talks shit on Juice Robinson and Austin, but says Colton has a little bit of promise. Ooh, uh, I agree. Actually, I like Colton a lot.
Yeah.
He's uh, the greenest of all the Bang Bang Gang, but dude, I think he's gonna be something big one day. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's going to take the trios titles and make them the most prestigious titles in AEW. Then Kip Sabian walks into the frame and says
So
he
random
lost his
feeling.
dude random. He lost his father, and it almost seems like he wants to like join the patriarchy, I guess. Uh, but Christian calls him a loser and tells Killswitch to uh take care of him. And you just hear in the background him being destroyed. So
It was a
yeah,
fun bit.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Um
I got that wrong. I didn't think that was Kip Sapien. I thought it was Truth Magnum from the Outrunners. I got excited. I was like, yeah, they made it. And then now you guys are like, oh, it was Kip Sapien. So I looked it up and I was like, oops, I was wrong. But
Um,
back on the Christian promo, I like how he ended it with the guns down. I just thought it was little Christian nonsense. So,
Yeah.
and then him bringing back Prestige to the trios titles, I liked that because that's what he did to the TNT title, and then a big star like Adam Copeland winning it and like carrying it for a bit, like
Yeah.
I think carried on that, and then that guy Jack Perry,
yeah.
TNT
Yep.
who? TNT
Yep.
what?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
The Ring of Honor
Uh,
World title is more prestigious now.
speaking of the TNT title, we get Jack Perry versus hometown hero Marco Stunt, fun size himself. Uh, yeah, we got little Marco Stunt, Jack Perry's former stablemate from Lucha or what was it? What
Jurassic
were they called?
Express.
Jurassic
Yeah.
Express. Yeah, I thought it was Kill Switch at first.
So
when
did
the
Right.
I
music,
for half a second. I was like, really? And then it was him, and I was like, oh, I didn't know there was a third guy in the Jurassic Express, but
yeah, when they
I
won the
think
titles, they just dropped him. Like he just
really
was off TV. Yeah, it was really weird.
that's so weird. I know I looked at Twitter just like to see what was up, and a lot of people were like, it was nice for like the AEW originals to kind of get like a shout out. Like,
Yeah.
there he is. So it didn't mean much to me, but it's still cool, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Way back in the day there on BTE when that was still a thing. There was a bit where somebody was bullying Marco Stunt backstage, and then Luchasaurus just like walked up to them, was like, "Rrr," and then they left. And then ever since then, Marco Stunt was just like hanging around with them. That was just sort of the origin story.
Nice.
Didn't they do something around the holidays where Marco Stunt was Tiny Tim?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
good stuff. But yeah, Marco Stunt was like really good friends with Sammy Guevara, and I think their clique was like Griff Garrison, whoever the fuck that guy is.
Oh yeah, I
Uh,
have no idea.
but
Oh,
yeah, he
speaking of
was.
Sammy Guevara, we'll be bringing him back up here in a little bit.
Oh yeah, I heard he's coming back, and they're gonna do something outside the box, is what I have read.
Well,
Um,
they had a promo for him.
oh, you think that was him?
Yeah, I don't. It looks like him because it like showed a guy like going into the
Oh,
portal or whatever, and it looked like Sammy Guevara to me. Because like, while he's not the Don Callis family anymore, he's not gonna join the Learning Tree.
hopefully.
Hopefully. So
Hopefully.
what would you do with him? Why not rebrand him?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, there some people thinking he's some luchador. Did you catch the real? I rewound it like 5 times and paused in different spots. There's like a luchador guy mask. He's
Hmm.
like something like something Arrow that wrestled for AEW before. But that just seems like weird that they would give a vignette teaser for a guy like that. So maybe it is Sammy. Maybe he's gonna wear a mask. I don't know.
I'm just
That'd be
going
cool.
off of the guy going into the portal looked like Sammy Guevara to me. I know we only saw
Yes.
the
Cool.
back of him, but
Some people were like, "Oh, it's Ricochet." It's like, no, that is not
Ricochet's not
Ricochet.
bald and light skinned.
Yeah.
He's black.
Well, if
Or
he
Yeah.
does
yeah,
come out that, I am gonna from now on call him El Samerico.
that'd be pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
Uh I don't know. I'm not really hyped for a Sammy Guevara come back because I don't really like Sammy Guevara, but maybe it'll be good. Who knows?
I mean, he's had quite a few stop and start moments. Nothing like Wardlow though. Like he's still
Yeah.
Sammy Guevara's salvageable
Mm,
still. But yeah, back to this Marco Stunt Jack Perry match. Marco headbutts Jack Perry, but Perry's too strong for Marco Stunt. Perry throws Marco head first into the corner. and covers him,
Jesus
but Mark
Christ, he launched that child.
lawn
Killed
darted
him.
him. Yep.
Yeah.
Kicks out at 2. Perry catches Marco off the top rope into a power bomb, then a running knee for the win. A real quick match here. But yeah, hometown crowd really loved Marco's stunt, but yeah, he made Jack Perry look good
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, it was a fun pop, and I don't know. I'm weirdly kind of getting into the not as a singles guy scapegoat, but I kind of like his role in the elite. Kind of he plays off the Bucks well, but so I don't know. I'm kind of trying to give him the benefit of the doubt here. Trying to enjoy him.
The only
But
person getting the benefit of the doubt for me right now is Jericho. So I don't have any more left in me. It's all for Jericho
no
right
more
now.
benefit, all doubt.
Yeah.
uh, cool. Yeah. After that, we get a House of Black promo. Malachi Black says people constantly want to know what's going on with them with regards to Buddy Matthews and how they feel. But he says they don't feel anything. Revenge is an unbalanced scale waiting to be tipped back to perfect balance. It is a shadow hiding in the dark, waiting to be put back into the light. Brody King says, Christian, even though we feel nothing, we promise that you will feel everything.
Is it going to
uh,
be a triple threat trios match at All In? Maybe House of
ooh,
Black, Bang Bang Gang, and Patriarchy? I'd be all
let's do
down
it.
for that.
Let's do
Cool.
it. Yeah, I'm really into that now that you bring that up. That'll give time for Buddy to have his little honeymoon. And I mean, Rio's not, is she back yet or just about
Yeah,
to
she's
be?
Yeah.
back. She went back on Monday Night Raw.
All right. Well, if she's back, then he can't just be staying home doing nothing.
Yeah. Buddy Murphy. Stop being injured already. Gosh dang it.
Right. Uh, then we get a little Brian Danielson video package promo thing. He says this might be his last shot, and he's going over the top. We see a recap of Pac versus Danielson. Then we get a little recap of Jay White's win in the tournament and Adam Page's win in the tournament.
Lots of
Um,
recaps this episode.
Yeah.
I would say that also kind of killed the pace of it because it'd be like, all right, here's something. Then like you just said, there's like 3 recaps. Like I know it's all about the Owen Hart tournament, but still, I think that also killed the
yeah,
middle section of this show.
yeah, made it pretty boring. Then we got an actually, I thought, really fun match. I'm really impressed with Claudio's opponent here, the Beast Mortos. I think this is the best I've seen him so far in AEW. I know he's apparently in Ring of Honor quite a bit, but man, this dude has got it like for sure. Especially wrestling with that cumbersome mask on. I think that's you gotta have some extra talent for that. But yeah, Claudio versus the Beast Mortos. Claudio gives Mortos a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Then he stomps him. Mortos goes to knee Claudio with a running knee, but Claudio moves and Mortos overshoots the ring and takes out a cameraman when he goes over the ring. Mortos gives Claudio a crucifix bomb, covers him for 2. Mortos reverses a Ricola bomb and spears Claudio. Claudio uppercuts Mortos into the barricade on the floor. Mortos gives Claudio a really brutal backbreaker. Claudio gets Mortos in the giant swing, then a big lariat for the win. Yeah, really fun match. I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Same. I love the Beast Mortas. That dude is amazing. One of these days, they gotta flip the script though, and just have one of the obvious losers win one. I think this would have been a cool opportunity.
Yeah, it'd be a nice upset on Claudio, which I mean I like Claudio, but he's not doing a whole lot right now. Like they're
Nope.
kind of sort of doing a BCC breakup angle, but they're also not because it's like there's the Owen. Moxley just lost the IWGP title. Like there's a lot going on. Remember when Wheeler Yuta came back and then he just kind of disappeared again? Like, where's that guy? So I don't know. It was a good match, definitely, and I agree with you guys all on the Beast Mortos. He is fantastic. I remember he had a match with Ray Fenix not too long ago.
Yeah.
That match, I think I preferred that match, but it was still this one was great too. So
Yeah, fun stuff. Really like him. I want to see more. I want to see him get a big win. uh, After that, we get a Daddy Magic promo. He says he got a concussion and headaches from MJF getting hit with the ring. And Daniel Garcia is at home in Buffalo and lost all strength in the left side of his body, but he will make a full recovery. And he says when Daddy Magic comes back to take out MJF, he's not getting dick dancing Danny Garcia. He's getting Red Death, which is Daniel Garcia's
Yeah.
uh, indie persona. So yeah, I'm ready for that, dude. So yeah, we're gonna get more of Danny.
in
I'm
Yeah.
wanting,
2024,
yeah,
I loved Intense Daddy Magic. That was amazing.
yeah,
yeah, dude. Yeah, I like Daddy Magic a lot. Like he's the future of AEW commentary for sure. When
oh yeah,
Tony Schiavone retires, and yeah, it'll be him, Excalibur, hopefully Nigel. Taz will
yeah.
can't do that forever either,
Yeah. Yeah,
Hopefully,
it's a strong
Elite.
team.
If the Bucks keep kicking Taz out, then you're gonna have someone else fill in.
Yeah. But yeah, love Daddy Magic. And I'm looking forward to this new no more dick dancing Danny Garcia.
Yeah, it should be
Let's
Yeah.
good to see
see.
where that goes. And I love Danny Garcia, so if we get to see a more serious side of it, as much as I love the dancing and find it funny, like if he's going up further on the card because he's going
Yeah.
to be a bit more serious, I'm down with that.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. Fantastic wrestler, so it'll be cool to see him with a little more passion and motivation behind it.
Yeah. After that, we kind of touched on it, but we get that weird little quick teaser trailer for somebody showing up. We get some typing on the screen. It says HOLO.GRM hologram. It shows the back of some like pretty thin guy jumping into a crazy portal, and then it flashes just for like a split second, like a luchador in a mask. Then it says loading soon. Dot dot dot. Yeah, we kind of touched on it a little. You think it's Guevara? I think it's this no name guy that I really don't think they should be wasting a teaser on. It's definitely not Ricochet. But yeah,
You
hopefully
know what I'm
it's
thinking
pretty cool.
about? I, I don't think it is, but remember when they were teasing Scorpio Sky? Is that guy ever coming back?
Dude, yeah,
Oh
he
yeah, you
just
have that
like
little
did a
promo one.
He had
oh,
like two or three. Like one of them was on a pay per view, and then he had like two on Collision. So like
Hmm.
I know this is like random, but remember that thing you were saying where you should have that like milk box of have you seen this
Right?
guy? Where's Scorpio Sky? Like they have been
mhm.
teasing him. A lot of people are like, "Oh, he'll be in the learning tree," and then it was Brian Keith, which I think that's a good call because it's pushing Brian Keith up the card a bit. But hopefully he comes around soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, good point. I really enjoy Scorpio Sky. Hopefully he didn't get hurt again training or something.
I've
Ugh.
never even seen him wrestle, but it's also like you make vignettes about the guy. I want to see him.
Yep, he's good. He's damn good. He used to be teamed with Ethan Page, and that was with the Dan Lambert
Yeah.
shit that really sucked. They were a good tag team. If they didn't have Dan Lambert involved, that would have been much better. And then he was literally the first AEW
Yeah.
tag champion with Frankie Kazarian.
I
Wow.
see you.
SCU, Christopher Daniels, Kazarian, and Scorpio. Yeah, man, seems like a long time ago. Wow. Um, but yeah, anyway, back to Collision here. We get a little Serena Deeb promo. She says she's glad Riho's back, and they have history. She's not the same wrestler that she was in 2021. She's stronger and evolved into the best in-ring women's wrestler in the entire division. She tells Riho if she wants to do it again, let's do it, and we're going to find out if she's on the same level as the professor of professional wrestling. Ugh, after this match, pretty bad news on that front. But we get Riho versus Lady Frost. This is the part that pissed me off, Chandler. Uh, Lady Frost had to hold back to make Riho look good.
Yeah, really? That you feel that way?
Yeah, man. Like, Lady Frost is so much more powerful. I think she's way more talented. Yeah, I don't know. It's so unbelievable that Riho can beat these like much more powerful, taller, bigger women. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, Rio crossbodies Lady Frost on the outside, and she almost missed her. She just got her legs. Riho kicks out of the chiller driller somehow. Then Riho kicks out of a top rope moonsault somehow, and Riho wins with a new finisher called Run Hey. Yeah, I just wrote stupid.
Yeah, this match was kind of hard to get through, and it was also like because the crowd died. They
Yeah.
just
Yep.
died.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I think you're just talking about how the obvious loser should win every once in a while. I would say this match more so than the Mortos Claudio match because Lady Frost is really good, and I'd like to see her up the card a bit. Like,
Yeah.
I'd like to see her do something, please, for the love of God, not just lose these matches against the bigger women. But uh, yeah, and like you said, she typically makes the other person look really good alongside herself. Like Lady Frost matches are always
Mm.
some of the best matches on Collision or Dynamite when they come on, but this match did not look good. It did not make Riho look good. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say.
Yeah, I'm over Riho completely.
Yeah. In the early days, it was kind of like a fun novelty act, but now it's like the division feels like it's being treated more like a real division now. And it feels more competitive, more violent. And I don't think she has a place in it anymore. It just, like you said, it's just out of place.
Speaking of women, did you hear that Stephanie Vaquer has offers from both WWE and AEW? All
Yeah.
right.
Good for
Multiple
her.
from
Good
each.
for her.
Mhm. Who? Okay. I think she should go to WWE because I think she'll be treated better.
She's
But
got more matches there, like more potential for more TV time.
But there's also the chance that she goes to NXT. And I love the meme of hot indie person goes to NXT and joins Chase U. Like, I love that. But Stephanie McCurr is way too good for that. She needs to go straight to the main
Yeah.
roster. But I don't think. I know she was on Forbidden Door, and I know she wrestled Mercedes Moné, so that's a big deal. She got a big spotlight. I don't know if she's big enough yet. So they could just. But then again, they just kind of threw like I think Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu had big like surroundings behind
Yeah.
him, but Tonga Loa didn't, and they just kind of threw him on the main roster. So
Yeah. Yeah, or give her like the Shinsuke Nakamura treatment. Like, we're gonna throw you on there for a few months just to get some reps in, get used to like how we do things. Throw a friggin' title on you, give you some amazing matches, and then you'll be on the main card really quick. Like
what if? Yeah,
AJ Styles says he wishes he did that because like he got thrown straight onto the main roster, and he was like
really.
he did okay, but he would have liked like just a quick like short stint just to kind of because WWE is its own beast, and it's kind of good to be able to ease your way in.
I kind of agree with that. Maybe okay. because he had such a great entrance though, because he
Yeah.
started out in the Rumble. I thought that was amazing. But maybe after that, he should have been like, I'm gonna go to NXT for a little bit, especially because then NXT was really hot and
Yeah.
really good. Because he didn't start getting traction until after Mania, because he had
Yeah.
a match with Jericho at that year's Mania, and quite frankly, it sucked. Like that's
Mhm.
when Jericho was still really good, and it sucked. So
Yeah. One of the uh, downsides, I guess, to WWE with Stephanie Vacour is her English isn't great, and that could really hinder. A lot of people are saying someone's push in the WWE in general. Um,
they're getting a little bit further away from that, and maybe
Yeah.
they'll just let her
Damage
cut.
control pulls it off.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. That is a valid concern. Um, my other concern is what they do with a lot of these Hispanic Latino wrestlers, however you want to look at it, is they just kind of throw them into that like I hate to say it like this, but Rey Mysterio kind of has his own Jericho vortex.
Yeah.
Where like Rey Mysterio is still really good, but then it's just all of Rey Mysterio's buddies and all of Rey Mysterio fights, and like it's all just one kind of vortex of Hispanic and Latino wrestlers that don't really get to do anything but stick in this vortex. Like I think the only one not in it right now is like Andrade and all the people in Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So that's like 4 of like 10 people. So that's kind of crazy. So when I think she's too good for that, but there's always a concern for that. Like that's what happened to Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee's in that, like he's
he's in
on
the
his
LWO,
LW.
right?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, but real quick back to Riho and Lady Frost. Riho actually fractured her arm in that match. She
Really?
she got on Instagram and said showed a picture of her with the arm wrapped up and in a sling, and yeah, so that's really gonna hinder the Serena Deeb and Riho feud, which I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really that into it, but uh it could have been cool.
It's unfortunate that she got injured, though. It's never a good thing when someone gets injured.
Yeah.
So hopefully she can recover soon and they can do that match sometime soon. And you know what? I'll say it. I think they'll deliver. You know, everyone has a bad day. This was just a bad day for Riho, so she'll come back and have a good match.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be fun to watch Serena Deeb just twist her up like a pretzel too. That's always fun to watch.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah. Cool. Yeah. After that match, we got Shane Taylor Promotions and Top Flight and Action Andretti backstage segment. Basically next week we're gonna get them in a trios match on Rampage. Uh, Lee Moriarty gets mad and wants the match tonight. Uh, but yeah,
I don't want to be on that show.
then they all walk away. So yeah, the fact that they said Rampage totally took me out of that. um, Man, Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty were kind of on a pretty good uphill trajectory, but oh, back to Rampage we go, huh?
I think they were doing good, and then Anthony Agogo joined them, and then they just kind of shot down. And I'm not blaming it on him, but it's just funny that it's oh, they got a new member, that's cool. Oh, it's Anthony Agogo.
Yeah,
Then they disappear from TV. So
dude, there are a lot of freaking trios in AEW.
yeah, got to
A
build up
lot.
that trios division for all those trios matches we have, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? All those classic title defenses that the Bang Bang Gang had and the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass had, and we can go on for days.
It almost makes me think there's a trios tournament on the horizon.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know what? That would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. To see who actually gets to face the Bang Bang Gang. So,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Then we get a Samoa Joe video package. Joe challenges Jericho for a match in Calgary next week on Dynamite. Joe ponders how much faith Jericho has in his fellow man. Not the learning tree branches, but everyday people that walk around the halls of AEW, the medical team, the security staff. Does he have faith that someone will peel Joe off of his throat when he starts strangling him? Joe is going to massacre him, and he's asked, does Jericho have faith that someone will stop him from massacring him? Yeah, I like it. I like that uh, premise.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like watching. I'm like, where's he going with this? Then he got into the violent part. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
actually looking forward to a Jericho and Joe street fight, mostly because Joe's in a street fight and I want him to clobber Jericho. So
Yeah,
that's I think because it's not for the FTW title, I think Joe's gonna win it, guys.
I
Which
hope so.
I'm all for.
Yeah, I hope there's either a great nope spot or B. I just wanted to see him no sell the Jericho's finish. Just
Oh, that
Oh,
would be amazing.
ooh, yeah. I like that too. Damn. Uh, cool. Yeah, Joe is freaking one of a kind, man. I'm glad that he's in AEW. I'm glad he's being used. I'm glad he got a championship run. Yeah, he's real entertaining. Every time he shows up on my TV, I perk up and I really enjoy seeing him. So yeah,
Yeah. I think
he's a
there I think there are
violent
certain
guy.
I think there are certain people that, I mean, they can always prove us wrong, but they kind of have to be in certain promotions because those promotions know how to book them better. And Joe's definitely more suited for AEW.
yeah, yeah. It was funny though. I probably told this story on air before, but I was at Raw in Portland when he was being brought up from NXT, and they brought him up by coming out and beating the living hell out of Roman Reigns. And it was funny because it was during a commercial break. So during the commercial for like 3 minutes straight, he's just laying the boots to the Roman, and this group of teens in front of me were just horrified. They were just screaming the whole time, and I was just like, and I'm just sitting behind him yelling, "Joe's gonna kill you!" And these kids are like looking up, like, "You're a monster!" I'm like, "This is awesome."
Yeah, it's Samoa Joe. He's the best.
Yeah,
But
he is.
I got very uncomfortable because it's like, oh man, how long is this commercial?
Yeah. You're like, damn, needs to end. But yeah, love Samoa Joe. I'm glad he's in AEW. They're booking him how they should. So uh, you can't say that for everyone, but they're doing him right. Uh, cool. After that, we get our main event, Owen Hart Cup semifinals. Hangman Adam Page versus Switchblade Jay White. Love it, man. We find out that the Young Bucks have made the call to have Juice Robinson and the Guns ejected. They have to go in the back. Even Adam Page wasn't happy about that. I guess he's like, oh, they're trying to help me. They want me to be their partner in blood and guts.
Yeah.
But yeah, Adam Page just manhandles Jay White from the get go for quite a while, actually. Uh, Page slams White into the barricade on the outside, then smashes his head into the barricade. Hangman Page counters a Blade Runner into a spinning sleeper slam. Adam Page is bleeding when we come back from picture in picture. I do wish they would have did a replay on what made that happen because I missed it. I don't even know.
He got sent over the barricade, or like he took Jay White over the barricade with them. Like it was kind of like, I don't know if it was just like a fuck up or he bladed or whatnot, but you just see like Hangman Page come up and he's just dripping with blood, and I was like, oh shit, what happened? Like it didn't look like that bad of a bump, like a standard, I'm a clothesline you over the barricade kind of like spot in a match, like to just kind of do something during the commercial break, but it made the match a lot more intense, and it made that promo that he cut. That if you haven't watched, it's on AEW's Twitter. It's probably on their YouTube or whatever. Go find that promo. It's promo of the year, and if they don't show it on Dynamite, it's kind of not a waste, but it's a dumb
they'll
decision
show it.
not to. They have to.
I remember they were doing that for a while. With the Continental Classic, they were
Yeah.
doing these amazing promos on Twitter and YouTube, but they weren't showing them on television. Damn,
Mhm.
yeah, I remember they were doing that back then.
They'd show like one of them.
Yeah, I remember like Eddie had an incredible one. Danielson had one.
Swerve
Uh,
had a bunch of good ones. Moxley had a bunch of good ones. Jay White had a bunch of good. Like this is when I started really liking
Yeah.
Jay White. I was like, not only is he having good matches in these like qualifier matches, he's cutting really good promos after the fact and showing how important this is to him to win. Like it's making the tournament seem a lot like cooler and more important. Which
I'm
is a
already
good
looking
thing.
forward to the next one. It was
Oh yeah, I can't
probably my
wait.
favorite time of year.
Mm-hmm.
oh, dude, yeah. I mean, let's see. It starts about what, November,
Sounds right.
maybe?
After Full Gear.
Oh man, I can't freaking, yeah, man, now I'm really excited for that. Damn. Uh let's see. Yeah, Paige is bleeding when we come back from picture in picture. Jay is getting the upper hand. Jay White hits Paige with a DDT out of nowhere, covers him for two. Jay White deadlift German suplexes Adam Page, but he can't cover. Adam Page power bombs Jay White onto the apron. Then Adam Page goes for a buckshot lariat, but Jay White collapses. Hangman gets back in the ring, and Jay White gives him a surprise roll up for two. Jay White gives Page a dragon screw. Then Page gives White a power bomb for a 2 count. Jay White counters a buckshot lariat into a Uranagi. Brilliant. Oh, it looks so good. We get a ref bump, and Page gives Jay White a dead eye. He covers, but no ref. The crowd counts to like, I don't know, they got up to like 12 or 13 or something. Adam Page whips Jay White with his belt, but here comes Jeff Jarrett, the new baby face of AEW.
Jeff
Uh,
Jarrett, the babyface, saving Jay White, the babyface, from a heel Adam Page. What's 2024? This makes
Ain't he
no
yeah,
great?
sense.
what is going on? And he takes the belt, and then out of nowhere comes Christian Cage and spears Jay White. Hangman gives him a buckshot lariat for the win. We got Hangman versus Danielson. Ooh, how is he gonna kill Danielson?
Oh God, it's gonna be an uncomfortable match. It's either gonna
Right?
be a match of the year or an uncomfortable match that will be like, did it have to go that hard?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Brian selling for Brock back in the day. Oof.
Yeah, and
Right after the injury.
yeah, so I'm of two minds with this match. First off, it was a great match, so nothing not too bad. I don't know how I feel about the interference though. Like I like it and I don't. I like it because it kind of sets up a mini Jeff Jarrett Adam Page feud, like so he can do something instead of just hate on Swerve for like it'll give him something. It'll be a Dynamite main event. And it'll be a fun match. Um, and then I like how Christian interfering. I liked how silly he was, where he was like laying like this to hide. I thought that was really funny. But I also kind of just wish Adam Page won clean. So
Yeah.
I'm of two minds with this match, and I'm just gonna say it was good because it continued like multiple stories instead of just Adam Page and the Owen Hart. It's a mini Adam Page and Jeff Jarrett feud. It's the patriarchy versus Bang Bang Gang feud. So I'm of the mind that it was a good thing, but there's also a small part of me that just wish Adam Page just kind of won clean.
Right? Yeah, yeah, no, especially like it was the match had such good heat, and then it kind of, I don't know, kind of let the air out of the room a little bit. Like it was interesting, like you said, the ramifications going forward make it super interesting. But oh man, so at the beginning of this tournament, who here thought it was Brian Daniels to win? Even when I figured it was Adam Page, I didn't think it would be this version. Now, and I'm like, oh no, he's gonna die now. But
I think for me, as soon as Adam Page came back, I was like, oh no, he's gonna win it because that's the story. But I think for Forbidden Door, I was like, oh no, Danielson's gonna like they keep flipping me, which is good, right? Like if we went in from the beginning, like, oh Adam Page is coming back and he's winning it, that would have been disappointing. But we've all, like, I've definitely flipped back and forth, and only since seeing how he treated Jeff Jarrett, I'm like, oh no, the best story in this is Adam Page going all the way and main eventing Wembley with Swerve.
Yeah.
But
No, I was like, even when I was like, oh yeah, Adam Page, it'll be him coming back and it'll be interesting, but in the end, but now it's like you said, after seeing that Jeff Jarrett match, it's like, ain't nobody beating this guy. He is on. I think he could like legit do it, like take Osprey right now. Like he is scary.
yeah,
true. So with this match, like technically Paige did beat Jay White clean. There just was no ref,
Yeah.
in my
yeah,
mind. And like I feel like Jeff Jarrett and Christian kind of canceled each other out, so that they didn't bug me too much. I like where they're leading with that, but uh, man, do you think there's a possibility, either of you, that the Bucks or Swerve could cost Hangman the Danielson match?
Hmm. It's not. I wouldn't say it's a 0% chance. It might happen, but I, 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 I don't think so. I think they'll just do the straight up main
Yeah.
event at Wembley being those two. I think that's the best idea they could do.
I think I
Yeah.
would like
No.
it better if it was Jarrett.
Right.
It'd be funny.
Yeah. No. Like. Yeah. Maybe I'm just thinking too much of the C2. Yeah. Now that we are talking about it, because like, they haven't really had any shenanigans really during the Owen yet either until this moment too. So part of me says no, but now that they've kind of broken the seal on the shenanigan thing, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Dynamite looks good. Uh, we
Oh
got
yeah, I
yeah, we
wrote it
got
all down. So
Ooh,
it's
about time to do it.
the two Owen Hart's finals. So Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale for the women.
Who you
And
got?
Mariah May.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
same.
Mariah.
And then Hangman Adam Page versus Danielson for the men's. I have Adam Page. Do y'all have Adam Page? Or are
Hard
you
to
kind of
deny that.
yeah.
I am a coin flip. I can still I can make a good case for both of them. You know what? I don't really care though. As long as it's a good match, I think it'll be fantastic either way.
Yeah. As long as it's a satisfying conclusion, I'll be happy. And then it's there's like a weird kind of global four-way, they're calling it.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
Pac, Kyle Fletcher, Claudio versus and Tomohiro Ishii.
yeah.
There's no kind of stakes to it. It's just a match that's happening, but that's fine. I'm sure it'll be a fun match. There's obviously Joe and Jericho in the street fight. I'm looking forward to that because it's a Joe match. I think it'll be good. And then Osprey and Swerve will be having promos, so that'll be nice to see
Cool.
Swerve after Forbidden Door. And I mean, I'm really digging Osprey's character right now, so it'll be interesting to see what he has to say about MJF or Danny Garcia or All In. Like what's going on? What's going on in his head?
Yeah, leaving the
And then
Callis family.
they announced one match for Collision, baby.
Yeah,
Takeshita versus some poor guy who's gonna get murdered.
it's the Dynamite Kid.
I know. I'm being cheeky, but I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, dude.
Part of me was hoping they would announce Takeshita and Marco Stunt.
Oh no,
Would have been funny.
no! He would have kicked the
It would
guy.
take one of those knees. One. He would
Oh
be
yeah,
dead.
Maybe a handicap match. I want to see Takeshita in a handicap match for sure.
that'd be
Marco
fun.
Stunt and I don't know.
The
I would
cartwheel
say
guy.
the boys, but they're not there anymore.
And Riho.
Aw,
And
rip the
Riho.
boys. Poor Riho. That killer.
But yeah, yeah, as we reviewed it, there were still a couple things I didn't like the Riho match really didn't do it for me. And yeah, the crowd was just so dead for it. And I didn't like the Shane Taylor top flight backstage thing, but everything else was okay. Like the MJF part was good, the ending was
Yeah.
good. Just seeing Hangman was great. So
So the Collision review lives on for another week.
yeah, man, I was getting worried as I was trying to watch this episode in 3 different chunks. I was like, "Ooh, man." But then I'd be like, "Okay, this is good. This is good."
Hopefully they'll have something on Dynamite that leads into Collision like they did with the MJF
Right.
promo and the Owen Hart. Hopefully it isn't just like, we're back to Collision being Collision.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely Dynamite's the A, Collision's the B, and Rampage is who knows, man.
Rampage.
D.
Don't forget about Ring of Honor. Tons of stuff is happening on Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah, I guess. But cool, yeah. Um, Everyone out there in YouTube world and the audio realm, don't forget to elbow drop that like button, power bomb that subscribe button, and
Ooh,
leave
a
a little
ladder.
comment. Yeah, into a ladder. Yeah, leave a little comment. Let us know what you're thinking. Um, we enjoy your feedback. And there's something going on. I don't know how to get there, but there's a place called an audio realm.
Yeah. So if YouTube's not your thing, you like driving, listen to podcasts like I do, you can check us out there on Apple, Spotify, Amazon. I hear we're on Amazon, iHeart, Podbean, anywhere else that any major audio podcasts are found. And if you can't find us on your preferred platform, leave us a comment down below, and I'll make sure we get onto your preferred platform.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Looking forward to Dynamite, which I usually am. That show's usually the best that they put on. So yeah, should be real fun. Me and Chad will be going to Prestige Combat Clash here on Friday.
3 days.
3 days. Should be real fun. Yeah, 3,000 person arena for the first time ever. Should be a fun time. And yeah, we are leading up to All In for AEW. And what's our next pay-per-view? SummerSlam?
Yeah. Well, Blood and Guts is between All In and right now, so maybe
Yeah,
we'll
I mean, I
find
don't-
out. Maybe we'll see another member of Team AEW.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, hopefully they'll announce that on Dynamite. Yeah.
I think honestly the most interesting thing about that is who's going to be the fifth man brother for the Elite. I
Right?
think it's going to be like, what if it's like MJF?
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be good if it were who's the guy that I don't like? The injured guy from New Japan. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
He was in Blood and Guts last year. Kenny, the golden
Oh, that's
love.
right. I forgot about that.
Kota Ibushi.
Yeah, man, I can't stand him. Yeah, I think that'd be interesting for sure. But yeah, he was in Blood and Guts last year. Now that I think about it, with
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bed
the
of
terrible-
nails.
Yeah, the terrible bike spot.
No, that was
Yeah.
the Like a Dragon Street
Oh,
fight,
that's right.
which that one also was a terrible match.
Terrible. Yep. Okada makes him look like shit.
Hey, has anyone seen Paul White since then?
No.
He died. He passed away. Powerhouse Hobbs killed him.
Oh no. But yeah, cool. Yeah, good episode, gentlemen. Thank you very much. I think that might just about do it.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Dave.
Dave.
Yeah, no problem. I really enjoy it. But yeah, we'll get back to you guys with a review of Dynamite here coming up in a couple days. So yeah, look out for that. And I think I'm gonna do the thing.
Do the thing.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye bye.